What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today we have the Spring of Sorrow Onslaught fight. So this guy, he is tough. He's tough because he's Onslaught. The nodes don't really make him too much trickier, but he's tough because he's Onslaught. So this first fight is going to be me using my 7-star rank 2 Warlock, and this is me doing the Karina Challengers objective. So here I am almost going to get a solo. I'm not going to showcase the full fight because it takes about 7 minutes, but I want to share a little bit. So honestly, if you want to have a much better time against Onslaught here, you really want to have to learn that SP1 dash in thingy, and then you get a free opening. So basically what you do is like you dex the first 3 hits. So you're going to see it right here. Right now I'm power draining him from the special 3, but once I push him to another one, you're going to see. So you basically want to like dex 3 of his hits, then you want to dash in, and then because you're closer, you are gonna have time to go in after the final hit. So you're gonna see here dex, dash in. There you go. Just do another dash back, dex. So you do 4 dexes, not 3, sorry. 4 dexes. And then you dash in, you dex the last one when you're up close, and then you dash in for that opening so you can punish him. So right here, he's unfortunately gonna become passive. And right here I have this powers thing on me, which basically whenever I get a bar of power, I get one, and I can transfer this if he lets me intercept him, but he just doesn't. And then he's also got unstoppable on heavy attacks, so I can't really get in there to get the opening. And robots against Onslaught cannot shrug off that mirror shock, so he's just passive there. I'm just taking a bunch of damage. However, there is that node where if you dex his special attacks, you gain some nice energy resistant buffs, which do help out with that Neuroshock. But here I was like, do I throw the special 3? Is it gonna kill me? And then here he throws the SP1, and I'm sitting here just taking from that Neuroshock. And unfortunately, I could not get the solo. But as you will see here, it's gonna be a 6-minute and 50-second fight. I think it is possible to solo, especially if you have recalls on. Like, my tactic there was going for special 3s for the most part, just so I can get that nice healing when you have infection on the opponent. But basically, from 1.3 million health, he's just had 31,000. So we're just going to revive once and take him down. But yeah, it's honestly, the thing about this fight, it's just long. Because there is this dulled node, where basically if you have, or for every buff you have on you, there's 50% less chance you crit. So he reduces your crit rate by 50% for each buff, to say it better. So if you have 2 buffs, that means you don't crit at all. Or if you have 2 debuffs on him, you don't crit at all. So basically, for the most part, you just don't crit, which is just makes this fight super long. But moving on to another objective, this is going to be 2021 and a hero champion. So obviously, 2021 and hero, Hercules is one of those guys. So yeah, we have to go for Hercules, especially because I'm running Recall Masters 2, which is really great. So one thing you should do in this fight, if you're using Recall Masteries, you never really want to parry Onslaught, because if you parry him, like I did earlier, you're going to get that Daunted on you. And when you have this Daunted, it's indefinite, and basically it just cancels your willpower healing, which means you're not going to heal up from those powers things whenever you get a bar of power, or you're not going to heal up from those crush debuffs that he places on you every 10 hits in your combo meter. So you definitely want to avoid dexing, especially if you have recalls on. But in general, you should, sorry, not dexing, parrying. But in general, you should avoid doing that, because no matter who you're using, you're going to be healing from that powers thing, unless it's a robot like Warlock. So yeah, man, at this point, Hercules, you know, we still don't crit because we have those buffs on us. If you have 2, you just can't crit. But he does have that nice armor up on him, which is going to make our special 2 be a little bit stronger right here. Even though you don't get the crits, you get some nice red damage right there. And yeah, at this point, I think I'm going to throw a heavy right now, bait a couple of his SP1s, then probably one more special 2 is going to do it. So you can get an easy solo with Hercules. Most people probably have a really high ranked up Hercules. He has that immortality, which is going to come into play here, because I'm just taking down from poison because I have no willpower because of the Daunted. But yeah, at this point, just throwing the special 2 and then let that stun do its thing. Get some help with my relic, and that's going to be it for the hero 2021 objective. And then we have the medium Avengers one, which I'll be using Photon. We're just going to jump into that in just a second. So yeah, pretty easy fight with Hercules. It wasn't my first try. For some reason, it took me a long time to get a solo, but that was a 2 minute and 35-second fight. Now moving on to the Photon fight. This is going to be my medium Avengers champion, and this is Photon. So Photon is amazing for this because she has energy resistance on her kit, and then with those energy buffs that you get when you dex these specials, you just take basically no damage from the neuroshocks. It's really great. She's probably one of the best champions you can use in general for this fight, because if you want to make this fight easier, you can parry him with Photon, because Photon can parry non-contact attacks, which means you can parry his mediums, which is great. But I wouldn't really suggest doing that because you just don't have willpower for the rest of the fight. But it's up to you. If you want to like revive up and get a nice like easy objective done, you can do this with Photon if you don't really are comfortable fighting Onslaught. But the biggest tip I can show you or give you is just learn that SP1 dex. It's not easy. It takes practice, but it's just gonna help you in the long run too, in like battlegrounds. Because I use that too in battlegrounds. Like there's no danger of like getting parried unless you're like very slow on that dash in after his last hit. But yeah, it's honestly like super satisfying. It's really rewarding when you do it, and it just makes fighting Onslaught a lot easier. Baiting his SP1s and having a free opening like that, well, I call it free, but once you practice it's basically free. It's just great. It makes the fight, it makes the champion, the defender, much easier. So yes, that's the biggest thing you can do for this guy if you want to have a good time. And then I wouldn't suggest parrying to get that daunted on you, because you are going to heal up a lot from those power sinks. As you can see, they do last for a pretty good time right there. And yeah, I'm basically healing right now. So with Photon, we get those Furies. I popped a special 3, so I think my next pure light form is going to have 6 Furies, because I'm going to trigger it at like 30. Every 5 charges is like a Fury. So yeah, Photon is just amazing. She's such a good attacker, man. I really love using her. She's really comfortable too, and she does do a lot of damage. So pop the special 2 here. I don't know why I threw the special 2 instead of a special 3, but it doesn't matter too much. At this point, I'm just going to hit him twice, get those 6 Furies, and we're going to start hitting like 9k medium attacks. I was boosted there. I think I had like 30% more attack for pretty much all the fights. I think for Warlock, I had like 35. And I used suicides for every single fight, because I think it's really good, because the champions that I used, like I used Deathless King Groot for the objective, which I'll show you in a little bit. Photon is immune to bleed, which is good, and then I used Warlock, which is immune to both, and Hercules just heals up from them. So I think suicide is pretty good if you use the champions that I used. So we're just gonna bait one more special 1, dash in, or no, I didn't dash in, I took that to the face. Hey, it's pretty good. And then I pop my special 2 and he's done. So that fight wasn't too long. I think probably like 4 minutes or so. Yeah, almost 4 minutes. And now to end off the video, this is going to be Deathless King Groot. I believe you get this objective if you are Valiant. You have to do the fight with Deathless King Groot. But if you do it, you're also going to awaken him, which is great. Now mine is awakened. He's also rank 2. This is a 7th rank 2. And basically for like King Groot, I'm just gonna die here, I believe, go for like a revive. I didn't solo him, but basically for King Groot, you don't want to throw a special 2, because if you throw a special 2, you put an incinerate on him, and if you put an incinerate on Onslaught, he just gets supercharged and places a ton of neuroshocks on you, and then you're just gonna take a lot of damage. So I wouldn't suggest throwing the special 2 unless it's to like finish the fight. But yeah, ideally you want to go for like 3 or 4 special 1s to get those indefinite armor breaks. And then your Furies are just gonna do the thing for you, because the longer the fight goes for Deathless King Groot, the harder he hits with those big Furies. So yeah, we're gonna go for another revive here. Let me skip a little bit of the fight. But yeah, he's got 27% health. Still doing that dash in thingy. I messed up there. It's fine. If you take 1 hit, it doesn't hurt too much. Gonna pop a special 1 here to remove his armor up, and also start placing those armor breaks. And yeah, King Groot Deathless is pretty good too for recoils, because he just shrugs them both when you start the fight. He's pretty good, man. I'm excited to use him in BGs too, because like he's awakened now. He has he heals like at 620, 4,000 health over 12 seconds, I believe I saw. And he's pretty tanky, man. He's got a lot of attack, so he's probably going to be, or sorry, a lot of HP, so he's probably going to be a decent defender as well. So there I get punished, unfortunately. Take a little bit of damage. So yeah, here, beta special 1. So at this point, I am going for a special 3, I feel like, because I think I'm going to parry him like pretty soon. So that I'm not going to have like any willpower, so I need to like heal up from the special 3. Like, I think a mistake is coming up pretty soon. He has 90% health. Let's find out. Yeah, just dex another SP1. So yeah, basically this fight, you know, it's just a really long Onslaught fight. That's why I found it like not too fun as well. I feel like they were scared to make him like hard. I wish they made him like a little bit harder, just not that annoying. Like I just didn't like that node where you just can't crit, the dulled node. It just made the fight a lot less enjoyable because I don't want to fight the guy for like 7 minutes, you know. But yeah, I wish they made it like a little bit more difficult instead of annoying. I don't know. I wasn't too happy with this fight, but what's done, it's done. So yeah, I did make that mistake right there. So we healed up like 15% health from that region. Really, really good stuff right there from King Groot. And yeah, gonna dex that SP1. It's really satisfying, man. It's really satisfying. And I also recommend using sound. I don't have the sound here because this is like from my stream, so I'll probably be talking. And yeah, don't want to have two voices. So yeah, definitely use up sound as well if you want. I basically dex specials. It helps me a lot when I dex specials to have sound on. But yeah, here gonna bait another SP1. And at this point, I feel like I'm gonna go for a special 2 because, you know, you can't throw it if he's gonna die because, you know, he's just gonna die, you know. So yeah, pop that special 2 and it's over. Now let's check out the best champions for each objective. So this is Karina Challengers, and I have to mention that Karina Challengers, there is one champion, and that's called Shang-Chi, where he can do 2 objectives. He can do the 2021 Heroes, and he can do Karina Challengers. And I heard he's actually pretty good too, because he can crit, because he's got like guaranteed critical hits. So if you have a good ranked up Shang-Chi, I would recommend doing that, so you can, you know, do 2 objectives at one. That's what I'll be doing on my free-to-play for sure. I got a 6-star rank 5 Ascended 6-100, so I'm definitely going to showcase that probably in my next live stream or so. But yeah, I think the best one you can use, probably you can go with Warlock like I did. He's pretty good. I don't think Mole Man, maybe Mole Man does well, but the thing is you're not going to be able to wrap him up because you can't really parry him, or like he's heavy. So I would probably recommend using someone like Guillotine 2099. Maybe you can use Ultra, he's got that nice regeneration. Maybe even Star-Lord, Warlock, Void. Like, you can use those champions that take time, but this fight is just going to take time anyway. So you can use pretty much anyone here. I wonder how iHulk is going to do, because he does like do a lot of damage. I'm very interested to see maybe a video from that. I feel like he could cheese like a lot of his health. But yeah, moving on to the medium Avengers. I think by far the best one is Photon right there. You know, energy resistance on her own. Maybe the visions will be interesting if you're like Suida with the crazy intercepts. That could be fun. I feel like Namor can work too. You know, if you get a lucky crit on the special 2 rotation, probably really good. And then I think an awakened Iron Man with his big regen, if you don't accidentally do it by yourself, he can probably solo the fight because he does do a lot of damage with those armor breaks, even though you're not gonna crit. So yeah, Iron Man probably really sick for this fight, especially if he's awakened. And then for the last objective, you have King Groot Deathless, which recommend using recalls if you want, because it's just going to speed up the fight. It's not going to harm you because it's just going to shrug them off at the beginning. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for Spring of Sorrow Onslaught. Hopefully this video will help you. I will be doing this on free to play as well if you want to check like different options. I am definitely going to be trying out Shang-Chi for that double objective, so yeah, if you want to check that out, I'll probably be doing it on my next stream, or maybe this weekend for the free to play. So yeah, guys, hopefully this video helped you, and if it did, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.